Tom Thiersch, Jefferson County. First I wanted to acknowledge and express some appreciation to the two commissioners who were here last week discussing the approach to be taken for the SMP hearings. I appreciated the fact that you decided to go beyond the strict requirement of the law with respect to the content of the subject matter to be covered in the hearings on the SMP by saying, yeah, you know, even though ecology may have made a change and the county agrees with the change, you're still going to allow some public comment on those changes to the locally approved SMP, and I think that's a positive step. And I just want to thank you for taking that action. I think it's really the right thing to do in all situations. I don't think you could ever have too much input from the public, because the opportunities that are there are necessarily somewhat limited. Second subject, going through my piles of stuff, trying to put it all in electronic form, as I often encourage people to do, came across this interesting piece of history from 2004. This is a Jefferson County newsletter that was sent out to all residents of the county, apparently. A very interesting piece of documentation that included in it some nice pie charts and so forth. And the most interesting of these to me was the one that said 2004 operating budget expenditures. Total budget for the county, $25.6 million. Today, I believe the total budget for the county is a little more than twice that. How did that happen in 8 years? 8 years from 2004 to 2011 budget. That's an astounding increase. And I really don't understand where all that money came from, other than it must be from grants. And the concern is, those grants are going to start evaporating, probably sooner than we all think. So that's a concern. Last thing on the financial front, it's at the school board budget committee meeting last week, committee on which I served as a volunteer. We heard some rather shocking information from the Port Townsend School District, and that is that they're basically going to be out of money at the end of the year. They're going to be down to less than 1% of reserves. Certainly not enough to make payroll for a month. And that means if they have to write checks, those are going to actually draw upon county reserves by law. So I hope the county has some adequate cash reserves to cover the school district funds expenditures, because that's pretty likely to happen. Keep your eye out. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Thiersch. Anyone else like to address the board this morning?